What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Hoop podcast. I'm Jake. This is Isaiah.
Yo.
And without further ado, let's get it going.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
Jimmy Butler, suspended 7 games from all team activities. What are you thinking?
Well, first of all, Jimmy Butler is a big loss for the Miami Heat. He is arguably the heart and soul of the team. I think he was the foundation of Heat culture.
Okay.
He's averaging 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 55% from the field.
55% is crazy.
That is a crazy percentage. So, I mean, you're not really losing a player that's putting up big numbers, but you are losing a consistent foundational piece for your team. And I think that hurts Miami a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does.
Okay.
So, last 2 games, 9 points
Fair.
apiece. Like 4 boards, 2 assists. Are they okay without? It seems like his heart and soul just isn't in the game, which I wonder where. Because he talked about in that clip about how he just wants to go back to enjoying playing basketball. Where do you think that'll be?
I've heard Phoenix. I've heard Houston. I could see Houston.
You think Houston?
Okay. I think Houston is the dark horse team for Jimmy Butler to end up. They are a team on the rise. They're a defensive team. They're a young team. They're a hungry team. And I also think that they have the most assets to pull off that trade between they haven't given a whole lot of their picks away, and they have a lot of promising young players. So I think I could see Jimmy in Houston.
I don't know where I want to see him, but I think this is going to be like a shake up the league type of deal. Like wherever Jimmy lands, that's going to be something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they don't put him back in Detroit with Tobias
Right. That was crazy. At what point do we start to look at Jimmy Butler as a potential problem for teams rather than the team itself?
I think he's the problem.
Okay, so I mean, in Chicago, I'll be honest, I don't really know the full details of the Chicago situation. I really think that it was just Chicago rebuilding after Rose and all of that. But I think that I know in Minnesota, it was definitely albeit he had probable cause to be upset with the team, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I wholeheartedly believe that he had probable cause. It was the way he went about it that I felt. He does not handle things well.
Diva.
That is the thing. You said diva?
He's a diva.
Yeah, a diva. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, yeah, man, I think in the Minnesota situation, he handled that kind of like a diva, calling people soft and doing all this stuff in front of the media. And then he goes to Philadelphia, and it's kind of the same thing.
Tobias Harris over me?
Saying all kinds of reckless stuff about why the team won't keep him. I do think he actually wanted to be there. I will say that.
Yeah.
So that was the cool part about that. But still, just the taking everything to the media and wearing his heart on his sleeve almost to a fault. That's where it is for me, because now he's in the same boat in Miami.
I thought the Heat was going to be Jimmy's home. I thought that was going to be it. Especially since he's such like a big D-Wade guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he kind of like tried to revolve a lot around D-Wade. So it's like, I thought that's going to be him. He's just going to stay there. So like him leaving is kind of nuts for me to think about already. But I wonder how it's going to shake up the league. With his past couple games, obviously you can't base a whole season off of 2 games.
Right.
I get it. And plus we're also not accounting for like Jimmy's defense. Jimmy's defense drives that team. Absolutely. He's just a hustle guy as well. So like he does everything right on the court. A lot of stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he does that type of stuff. I wonder how it's going to impact the Heat.
Yeah.
I want to know if it's going to be, is this going to be like a thing where like when Danny Granger went out, how Paul George emerged? You know what I mean? Is this going to be like Tyler Hero's moment taking the show now, or is this going to be like where do we go from here? Because like I love Bam, but I feel like the way the league is right now, it's so guard dominant.
Absolutely.
It's so 3-point dominant that you kind of need Tyler Hero to be the guy. I don't know. That's gonna be a hell of a situation, and I'm looking forward to keeping up on it. That's gonna be real cool.
Absolutely.
I got 10 NBA trivia questions for you.
Okay.
We're gonna test your knowledge.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right. Question 1: what NBA player is third all time in scoring?
NBA player is third all time in scoring. Third all time in scoring. I'm gonna say, is it Abdul-Jabbar?
Ooh, no, he's second.
Oh, that's
he's second.
Okay. Is it Will?
No.
No. Okay. What is it? I give up, man.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. Wow.
Karl Malone.
That's crazy, man.
Question 2: what NBA team has the best record all time?
NBA team has the best record all time.
This is in our lifetime. This is in our history.
Okay. Is this the Golden State Warriors?
This is the Golden State Warriors. What year? Bonus points.
2016? 2015.
15-16.
2015-16. Yeah.
What's the record? Double bonus points.
72-9.
73-9.
73-9.
Ah,
yeah,
you're so close.
The math
You're so close.
Yeah.
Okay, you're 1 for 2 right now. Uh-huh. Question 3: what WNBA player holds the 3-point record?
Is it Sabrina?
No.
It's not Sabrina.
She holds the record for 3-pointers in a season.
Okay.
I mean 3-pointers all time over a career.
3-pointers all time. Ooh. Is that Taurasi?
It is Taurasi.
Taurasi.
Hell yeah. 2 for 3. Number 4: name one player in the 50-40-90 club.
One player. In today's game? Or just all time?
At all.
50-40-90? Oh, wow, man. Why am I blanking? 50-40-90. Steph Curry. Is that one?
I believe so.
Okay.
I can give you that.
Okay.
I would have went KD.
KD? Okay. Absolutely.
5: how many teams has LeBron James played for?
Miami, Cleveland, LA. 3?
He's played for 3 teams.
Yeah. Cool.
Cavs twice, Heat once, Lakers once.
Cool.
Question 6: who has the third most points in an NBA game?
Ooh. Is that Kobe?
Nope.
Bryant? No.
Kobe's at 2 with 81.
Kobe's at 2. I know Will is at 1. Will has to be at 1.
100-point game.
Kobe at 2. Would it be Devin Booker at 3?
It was not. I did think it was Devin Booker. Wilt Chamberlain, 78 points.
Wilt Chamberlain, wow.
Number 7: what team has the worst record in NBA history?
Charlotte Bobcats?
No.
Really?
No, but
it's
you were
worse than...
Okay. Let me rephrase that. Let's edit.
Okay.
What team has the worst record in the 82-game NBA season?
Worst record in the 82-game NBA season. Is it Detroit Pistons?
No.
Okay.
2 hours later.
I'm blanking, man. Who is it?
76ers. 9-73.
Wow. That's wild.
The exact opposite of the Warriors.
That is wild. That is real wild.
Question 8: what college did Kyrie Irving go to? We still love you, Kyrie.
Yes, sir. Is that Duke University?
Duke.
Yes, sir.
Duke. Kai. Number 9: what team won the 2000-2001 NBA Finals?
2000-2001 NBA Finals. Was that the Lakers?
That was the Lakers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bonus points. Mm-hmm. Who were they playing?
Was that Philly? Was that the 76ers?
That was the Allen Iverson-led Sixers.
76ers, yeah.
What was how many games?
How many games? Was it 6? 6 games?
Nope.
5.
5.
5 games.
Lakers in 5. Number 10. This is a tough one. Who is the only person to win an MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year?
Wow. That's a nice stat line. MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year.
Yep.
Magic Johnson?
No, but you were really close.
Okay.
You were really close as far as the name goes.
Okay.
That same era.
Larry Bird?
Larry Bird.
Yes,
Larry Legend.
Yes, sir.
My boy. That's all 10.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if you guys can do better than Jake.
Cool. Yes, sir. So I've got a list of 10 players under the age of 25 that I need you to blindly rank for me.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is Anthony Edwards.
AE, most complete player in the league.
Okay.
Young player, wise. He can finish at the rim. Great athleticism. 3-point shooting has been out of this world since Cat left. Middy's perfect. Great defender. Yeah, I love AE. I'm putting AE at 1.
That's bold, but I agree.
I'm putting him at 1.
I agree. Bold, but I agree. All right, I got LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo's a good talent. He's a flashy talent. I love watching the Hornets, but they don't really win too many games. 6.
Tyrese Halliburton.
I like Hallie, man. I like Hallie. 7.
Okay. Paolo Banchero.
Injuries have really hurt Paolo, so I'm gonna put Paolo at 8.
Cade Cunningham.
I love Cade, but it's just the same thing as LaMelo. But he's definitely not like one of the worst. But 5. 5 Cade.
All right. Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley's a good player, but with the way this list is going, the other players, I'm putting Mobley at 10.
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green's a good talent, and the Rockets are winning right now. I just want him to be a little bit more consistent. 4?
Okay.
4 sounds good for him.
Yeah. Victor Wembanyama.
Oof. 2. Wemby's going to be a generational talent. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, 2.
Feel that. Tyrese Maxey.
3. Maxey's been doing great this year. He's been doing great the past couple of years, and he is doing fantastic dealing with all the injuries to Paul George and Joel Embiid. I know he got hurt a little bit himself, but Tyrese Maxey has been the driving force of that team.
And Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes has to fall at 9. That's all that's left. And you know what? I think that's fitting.
Yeah.
I like him. He's cool, but he's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's a weird dude, man. I'm going to give you 3 teams. I want you to tell me if you think these teams are contenders or if you think they're kind of hyped up. Okay. Team 1, Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis Grizzlies. I'm gonna say they're contenders, man. I'm gonna say they're contenders.
Okay.
I think Ja Morant, when healthy, is one of the best point guards in the game. I think when healthy and out of trouble, mind you, Ja Morant is one of the best point guards in the game. I think
he has dreadhead energy.
Yes, absolutely, he does. 100% dreadhead energy. Defensively, they're at the tops in the league. The Grizzlies are 3rd in opponent field goal percentage.
Okay.
So I think we're kind of in a league where defense is essential. I mean, I think a lot of people are trying to play catch up with the Thunder right now, who are on a 14-game winning streak.
On a tear, dude.
An absolute tear. So I think defense is essential. I think Zach Edey is going to emerge as a really solid center and a force. Okay. Desmond Bane is a really solid player for them.
I love Bane, dude. I love
Desmond Bane is a real solid player. And I think that Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very, very underrated player as well.
You think underrated?
I think he's underrated. I I think Triple J is underrated in the sense that he doesn't get mentioned with like defensive, like really solid defensive players in this league. I feel like he
Doesn't he have a defensive player of the year?
Doesn't he? You low key might be right, but I feel like it's just a thing where he's like not. I don't know. Like when people bring up defenders in the league, they don't tend to talk about him. He's not talked about. I don't think that Triple J gets enough credit. But I think he's an amazing player. And then I think that the only thing that the Grizzlies might be missing is depth. But I think that Scottie Pippen Jr. has 6-man potential. I think he is a very solid piece that is still really developing. Good off the bench. Aldama is very good. Aldama is very good.
When they bring him off the bench, he's great.
Yeah. So I think that the Grizzlies they're contenders, man.
Okay. Team 2, the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks. This is really tough, and I know it's a hot take, but I'm gonna say pretenders here.
Woo!
I'm gonna say pretenders here.
All right.
And I'm gonna say pretenders because they're kind of a middle of the road defensive team, which I feel like I feel like that's essential. They got better when they made some trades last year, but I do think that they're still trying to catch up. And in a league where you're relying on outscoring all of your opponents, you're not going to make it very far in the playoffs.
Okay.
And I do think that also something that kind of was unexpected this year is Luka's injuries. And
being in and out of the lineup for him is tough.
That's been tough
for
the Mavericks for sure. And then Kyrie is kind of a wild card at times too, as far as injury history. He's been healthy the past couple of seasons for the most part, but you kind of never know.
We still love you, Kyrie.
We still love you, Kyrie. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, I think that Dallas is a pretender as of right now.
Okay. Houston Rockets.
Houston Rockets. I was back and forth with this one actually, but I'm actually going to say that they are a contender.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that they're a contender because they are a very solid defensive team. They're long. They're gritty, they're young, they're hungry. I think that, just to start off with the facts, they're third in points allowed, and they're also second in opposing field goal percentage. So they're a very dominant defensive team. I think that Udoka is a very underrated head coach. I feel like he wasn't given a fair shake in Boston. That might be a hot take too. I know that there was some things behind the scenes that got him out of there. But I think he's a solid coach and underrated as well. And then I think that Sengun is for real as their center.
Oh, Sengun is
for real. And I think that they have a lot of young developing pieces that could also meet that potential as well, and Jalen Green, etc.
I like Jalen Green a lot. I like the Rockets, man. I don't know. They're like a weird team for me because they're like a team that you see them play a game, you're kind of like, oh, the Rockets are playing. I don't want to watch the Rockets. And then you're like, no, I should go watch the Rockets. You know what I mean? Like, every game I've watched, every Rockets game I've watched, I can say has been a good game.
Yeah.
They've all been really solid. I love Sengun. Sengun's a great piece for them. Van Fleet's a great. He's the veteran of the group.
Veteran with championship pedigree and experience.
He is great for them. Yeah, I think that the Rockets in general I think you're right. I think they might be a contender. Low key. They might be.
Dark horse, for sure.
Okay. Especially if they get Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Shoo! What you got for me?
And then I got 3 contenders versus pretenders for you as well. The first team that I have for you is the Orlando Magic.
Okay. I think the Orlando Magic are pretenders. I think they are a solid team, but injuries have made them a pretending team.
Yeah.
Suggs just went out.
Mm-hmm.
Franz Wagner's out. Mm. The other Wagner is out for the season.
Yeah.
ACL. I don't think they really have the depth to continue in a late playoff push.
Right. I don't think. And not to mention Banchero as well.
Is Banchero still out?
Yeah. But I hear he's coming back soon.
Paulo being out, that injuries has completely decimated that team.
Absolutely.
I think they are a pretender through and through.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. My next team that I have for you is Cleveland Cavaliers.
Dog, I didn't want to believe in the Cavs. I didn't. In the beginning of the season, I did not want to believe in the Cavs, but the Cavs are contenders. The Cavs might be the contender. Besides Boston, obviously Boston's still up. They shoot 40% from three.
Yeah.
Best record in the league right now. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland on a tear. Jared Allen. They have a great core, and I feel like that team is consistently winning games. Like, they're not like BS wins. It's not a lot of like, oh, well, this guy was out. It's like they are winning games. Like full healthy teams, they are beating teams. I think the Cavs are a straight up contender.
The final team that I have for you is the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bucks are weird for me, man. I went back and forth with the Bucks. I'm gonna call a healthy Bucks team a contender. Okay. 5th seed right now. But Giannis and Dame, when healthy, they've been great. They've been great together. I think they're finally figuring out how to play together. I'm glad that they started going to Dame in late game situations. I'm glad we're not running up plays for Giannis down 3 with 20 seconds left. I'm glad we're not doing that.
Right.
They did just suffer a really tough loss to the Nets the other day. Fought back. They were down that game. They fought all the way back. They did come up short. Dame got a good look at a 3 to tie it at the end. Missed it. Tough game. But that kind of showed me, especially against teams like that, like the Nets, where it's like, should they have been down that much? Absolutely not. But when they want to turn it on, they'll turn it on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think a healthy Bucks team is a contender. Bobby Portis, Brooke Lopez, okay? They got a good team. Chris Middleton finally being back on the court is fantastic for them. He hurt me in fantasy a lot earlier this year. He did.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. I'll forgive you. What do you think about the Bucks? You think the Bucks are in? You think they're a contender, or you think they're BS?
I agree with your take. I think when healthy and when they're on, I think they are on the same page. I think they are a serious threat. My issue is, can they be on the same page in a playoff environment?
Okay.
I don't know. So I'm actually going to say, for right now, my stance is pretenders until I see a string of consistency. That's my label on the Bucks.
Okay.
With the Magic, I actually think that they're contenders. I every time somebody gets hurt, I'm like, oh, they're going to suffer. And they still stay in those top 5 standings. Next man up mentality. Not to mention that these, like, while the Wagner brother, Mo, while he tore his ACL and he's going to be out for the season, they will be getting Franz and Paolo Banchero back. And I think Suggs will come back too. And I think that once they are over this next man up mentality and they have a mostly healthy squad, I see them as contenders. And then with Cleveland, absolutely a contender.
Yeah.
You can't argue. Numbers and stats don't lie. They are a threat, both offensively with their guard play and defensively with their juggernaut centers that they have, and Allen and Mobley. Yeah, they're 100% a contender.
Yeah. I can agree with that. All right, that's a wrap on episode 1. Thank you guys for watching. Come back next Monday, new episode.